Good evening from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well as usual. I will be going live again tonight, right? Now, I'm a bit late on this one, but I've got a couple of other things that I feel that I should add to the sad, tragic, and probably the most horrendous case of its kind in UK criminal history, right? And we talk the 10-year-old SARA ShARIF, the little angel, rest in peace, murdered by her father and her stepmother. Now, first I'm going to talk about where I believe the failings were, where it could have been prevented. And then I'm going to talk about what happens to the dad in prison. And then there's two other cases that I remember that were quite similar, but there's a story background to one of them, right? Now, first of all, the school did their job at first, right? They noticed that there was bruises on Sarah. Now, and then she turned up in a hijab. She never wore a hijab before. And then they're noticing more cuts, right? So they called the mother in, stepmother. She comes up there because the school are worried, right? So they knew that something untoward wasn't quite right with one of their well-talented pupils, Sarah, who wanted to go on an X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. She's good on it. It's heartbreaking when you look at that with a guitar, right? So they knew, right? So what does the mum do? She comes up to school and starts arguing and being aggressive with the teacher. The teacher says, we want to know how she's getting. So the mum says, oh, she's done it with a spoon and all that. Don't make me laugh. Another red flag. What does the mum do? And dad, they say, so they blame the school. Oh, we're not having our daughter in a school like that. But really, they were running for their lives and shitting themselves because they knew that the school was onto them. Yeah? So they wanted to get her out there quick. Oh, make her go. She can get home tutored at home. Red flag again. So that nobody can't see nothing. Then they moved houses. They moved from a flat to a house in Woking, right? This is probably the saddest case of its kind in history. It's so sad, right? And what a squealing little rat the father was. I killed my daughter. I'm running off, but I'm going to hand myself in. What an absolute bacon bonds, right? So that for me, all they had to do, right? The school, or whatever, social services weren't involved at the time, so I hear or understand, right? What they should have done was phone the police. You had to, if you was that worried and all the red flags was there, let the police go around and give her a full body inspection so they know, because little Sarah's not really saying much, is she? Because she believes what's happening to her is justified. You know what I mean? What a effing liberty, man. So that's where I believe the failings are, because it's always all right. People are always saying, yeah, I saw this, I saw that. Even a couple of her friends, I hear, message people and said, nah, we're worried, nah, there's something not right. But nobody made the big step. You see what I mean? These are the reasons why things like this could be prevented. So in the future, make sure you bloody understand when you see a red flag, because I know many of us, if I see something wrong with anyone, right? Even when I'm talking to someone on the phone, I go, listen, are you all right? You know what I mean? You get on it. You know what I mean? Always ask the vital question. It takes the right person to get things out of people as well. And I'm really worried that some of them, as much as I'm not blaming the school totally, how you can't have the skills to be able to bring a 10-year-old in the office and be able to talk her down, you know what I mean? And try and see and investigate. Not that you're being nosy, because she was worried anyway, right? What happens to that bastard in jail, right, is this. He's a panicker. You see what a squealing little rat is. And remember, they didn't hit their son, did they? What was it about little Sarah that you had the with? Was she too good for you lot? Even beforehand, remember the Polish mother? There was history there maybe a little bit as well. So it looks like the father, or anyone that gets involved with him, he's going to get similar-minded women that are going to be like-minded as him, or unless he manipulates them and do that. I'm not giving him no defence. Therefore, they all fit the same, or they're all tarred with the same brush. Now, when he gets there, when he goes on reception, he's going to be crying his eyes out. You can see quite clearly he's a big baby, right? And rightly so. And he will go on Rule 43. Now, way back in the day, I think it was the Victoria Kimball case, the Nimble or something like that, right? Where parents have murdered their little children. And there was another case way back in the day involving a guy from Brixton called andrewneil, right? Now, they had to go on protection, right? But he will go on protection, but he won't be safe. No. The prison staff will make sure that something happens to him. And with the squealing little rat that he is, he's going to be even on Rule 43 protection. And he'll be scared to come out of his cell. You know that because he knows he's so guilty. That's why. I'll tell you a long time ago, right, to let you know a little story, the andrewneil case. His, I think he was with the mother whose child it was, and he, the mother gave the baby died. She got beaten and all that, sadly, and the mum obviously blamed andrewneil. Now, one time I was in jail, and he was segregated, right, waiting to go up for the case, right, it might have been after when he got the life sentence. And she came, he must have written her a letter and said, listen, can you come up and visit me? When she came up and visited him, andrewneil went out there with a big knife and stabbed her up on a visit. All I remember, he dropped the knife and the screws were holding him. And he was going, take me. I didn't do this. It was her. And blah, blah, blah. What a mad thing that was, right? But he got touched. And you know what, in later life, I believe they didn't do it. But we know that this one did. I just thought I'd let you know that story. Check that one out as well. But yeah, very, very sad. But no, I believe, right, either way, he probably might even take his own life, the father. Think about that. That would be the sensible thing for him to do. But in reality, he doesn't live past, I reckon, 2 or 3 years into that sentence. I'll see you all in a bit, man. Very, very sad case.